Good morning to everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss about the specification of an algorithm. In the previous video, I had discussed about what is an algorithm and what is program, what is the difference between algorithm and a program, what are the characteristics of an algorithm. Those things we had discussed in the previous video. So now in this video, I am going to discuss about the algorithm specification. Algorithm specification means the way in which we are specifying the algorithm. Mostly we are writing an algorithm to develop a program. So before converting the algorithm into program, the programmer need to test an algorithm. So there are two types of testing. One is debugging and another one is profiling. Debugging means there are two kind of debugging. One is syntax error and another one is semantic error. Syntax error means syntactically, if the program is wrong, then the compiler will detect such a type of an error and intimate to the user. For example, when we are writing the program, we should not use semicolon at the end of the conditional statement. So for that case, if I am using semicolon at the end of the statement, for example, if condition end with the semicolon means definitely the compiler will detect an error. This type of error is called as syntax error. Whereas semantic error means, for example, being a programmer, I want to write a simple program for adding two number. In the computational part, I'll use the statement as C is equal to A plus B. But instead plus, if I use asterisk means, the compiler will not detect such a type of error. Instead that it will give wrong output for my given input. For example, my expectation is addition between two number, but I had written the program for multiplication of two number. In those case, when I submit the input value, it will give the product of two values. So it will not be equal to my expected output. Such a type of error is called as semantic error. The compiler will not detect semantic error, it will detect only syntax error alone. Next type of testing is profiling. Profiling means I have a correct program. I am going to test the program with certain set of data. Being a single program, if it is the program must give an exact output for a single programmer, and if the program is distributed with more than one person with the same set of data, all the programmers must have an equal output. No one should have a different output from others. All the programmer must have an equal output. In those case, we need to consider about two things. One is time complexity and another one is space complexity. Time complexity means the way whenever we are executing any program, the how much amount of time is required for executing an algorithm is called as time complexity. Space complexity means an extra memory required for an algorithm is called as space complexity. So those things we had discussed earlier. So here specification of an algorithm deals with, normally we can use any sort of mathematical representation for write up an algorithm, or normal simple English is enough. English is more than enough to write an algorithm. And sometimes we can represent an algorithm in pictorial way, that is graphical representation. It is also called as flowchart. Flowchart means it is a connection of different shapes which will receive an input and produce an output. The name flowchart implies that it shows the flow of data from input to output. Pseudocode means we will use so many mathematical representation for write the pseudocode. And next we are going to discuss about an algorithm for selection sort. Before deal with selection sort, we should have an idea about sorting. Sorting means either we can arrange the numbers or elements in ascending order or in descending order. So we might have so many numbers in an array. Array means a collection of different data elements with the same data type. So assume that my array contains n number of elements. All the numbers are in an unsorted way. So by using selection sort algorithm, I have to sort all the elements either in ascending order or in descending order. So for this case, I am going to write a selection sort algorithm. Suppose the array has n elements where n is greater than 1. Why I have not used n is greater than or equal to 1 means when n becomes 1, why do you need to go for sorting? No, sorting is not at all work out for single element. I must have more than one element, then only I have to go for sorting techniques. So here I am using for loop because for accessing the array element I should have to use for loop. So according to that, for initialization condition is I less than or equal to n, then I increment plus 1. In those case I am examine a of I to a of n, means that first element to last element I am going to check it out. If suppose in between I am find one number which is less than the previous number, means I have to swap those numbers, first number with the smallest number. For that case I am introducing one temporary variable called as t. T will be assigned a of I. For example, a of I has the highest value, but that will be assigned to t. Then the smallest value will be assigned to a of I. Then afterwards the temporary variable, the highest value will be assigned to the a of j. So automatically the number will be swapped. Once again I will repeat the computation part. A temporary variable I am going to introduce for swapping two number. T is equal to a of I equal to a of j equal to t. Means that, for example, if I have a of I is equal to 4 and a of j is 3, means I should have to swap both the thing. At last a of I must have 3, a of j must have 4. So first t is equal to a of I is 4. Next a of j is 3. So in those case a of I will become a of j, means a of I now equal to 3. Afterwards now t holds the value of 3. Those 3 value will be assigned to a of j. So now both the values are interchanging. This is a selection sort algorithm. So here void selection sort, void is a return type, selection sort is the name of the function, type means it can be either integer array or floating point array, int n means the number of elements we are going to keep it in an array. Here once again I am going to repeat this. T is equal to a of I. According to my perspective, a of I is 4. So now t equal to 4. A of I equal to a of j. A of j value is 3. Now a of I equal to 3. T is equal to 4. A of I equal to 3. Afterwards what will happen? A of j equal to the temporary variable 4. Now the value becomes swapped. Here void is the return type, selection sort is the name of the function, type a of means data type of an array, int n means the number of elements we are going to keep it in an array. So here for int I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus, I have 5 elements, let it be 1, 3, 4, 7, 8. J is equal, I am assuming j is equal to 1. So here k is equal to I plus 1, k less than or equal to n, k plus plus. Now I am going to check k points the next element, second element, where I points the first element. If second element is less than the first element, I have to swap. The previous slide I shown how to swap those values, two values. Accordingly I have to swap it and I might get the result. So this is called as selection sort. So I hope that you might have understand how to specify an algorithm, how to write an algorithm for selection sort. The remaining things I will post it on the next video. Thank you.